Princess Leonor, the future queen who believes in true love. In a world where power often overshadows emotion, and duty comes before desire, one young royal dares to believe in something the crown rarely allows: true love. They said it was impossible. They said royalty cannot love freely, not when the weight of a nation rests upon your shoulders. But Princess Leonor of Spain, graceful, poised, and unshakably human, has never been one to quietly accept the impossible. Born into a destiny written long before her first breath, Leonor was never meant to choose her heart. She was meant to serve her country, to preserve a monarchy, to carry the lineage of kings and queens that stretch back centuries. Yet beneath the royal titles and ceremonial smiles, there beats the heart of a young woman who wants something more than a crown. She wants to love and be loved, genuinely, freely, fearlessly. From the moment she was old enough to understand what it meant to be heir to the Spanish throne, Leonor also understood sacrifice. Every word she spoke, every gesture she made, was observed and judged. The cameras followed her through childhood, through school, through the strict training of a future monarch. But what the world didn't see was the quiet rebellion forming within her, the determination to be a queen with a heart, not just a symbol of power. As she grew older, that strength became her defining trait. At military academies, she marched with confidence, earning respect not because she was royal, but because she worked harder than anyone else. She learned discipline, duty, and resilience, but she never lost her softness. And perhaps that is what makes her different. Behind the walls of the Zarzuela Palace, stories began to whisper through the corridors, stories of a girl who smiled when she talked about someone special. Someone who saw her not as a princess, but as Leonor. A friend, a confidant, maybe something deeper. That someone, many believe, was Prince Christian of Denmark. It wasn't supposed to happen. Their paths were drawn by fate, yet from two different kingdoms. Both born into monarchies struggling to find their place in a modern world. Both expected to marry strategically, not emotionally. But as history has shown us, love doesn't care about politics or power, it simply finds a way. When Leonor met Christian, it wasn't during a grand royal gala or an arranged encounter. It was something quieter, an international royal event where two young heirs found themselves laughing over shared stories of growing up under a microscope. That moment, fleeting yet unforgettable, became the beginning of something neither could ignore. They wrote letters. They exchanged messages hidden beneath layers of protocol. They found comfort in knowing that the other understood the loneliness that comes with privilege. In a sea of formalities, they built something rare: authenticity. But love in the royal world is never easy. Every glance becomes a headline, every whisper becomes speculation. The Spanish court was cautious. Advisors warned Leonor of distractions, of emotional entanglements that could weaken the public image she had built. Yet Leonor, in her quiet conviction, didn't see love as weakness. She saw it as strength. Because for her, true love wasn't rebellion, it was resilience. It was choosing humanity in a life scripted by tradition. As their bond deepened, questions began to surface. Could a future queen truly follow her heart without jeopardizing her duty? Could she redefine what it means to wear the crown? For Leonor, the answer was yes. She understood that leadership in the modern world demanded empathy, authenticity, and connection. And love, real love, embodied all three. But there was another battle Leonor faced: the expectations of family. Queen Letizia, ever protective, knew the risks. She had married into royalty herself and had lived the struggle between love and duty. She admired her daughter's courage but feared the storm it could bring. King Felipe, torn between fatherhood and monarchy, understood too well the cost of defiance. He wanted his daughter to lead Spain with strength, but he also wanted her to live with joy. So, when the rumors began to swirl of Leonor and Christian's closeness, the palace's silence was deafening. Some insiders say it was a silence born of respect, others say of strategy. But for Leonor, it was a test, a moment that would define not just her relationship, but her reign to come. Throughout the European press, headlines speculated about an emerging royal alliance. Was it friendship, or was it the start of a love story that could reshape two royal houses? Neither confirmed, neither denied. But every public appearance told its own story, the shared glances, the calm smiles, the unspoken bond between two people raised in worlds where every emotion must be hidden. For Leonor, her belief in true love isn't a childish fantasy, it's a quiet revolution. Because to her, true love is not about disobedience. It's about being brave enough to hold on to your humanity in a world designed to strip it away. She has often said, through gestures more than words, that love teaches humility, the same humility she will need as a ruler. It reminds her that even the most powerful crown rests on a human head, and that the strength of a queen is not measured by her distance from emotion, but by her understanding of it. In public, Leonor continues to fulfill her duties with dignity and grace. She represents Spain with calm authority, mastering speeches, ceremonies, and traditions. But those who know her say that behind closed doors, she dreams not just of ruling well, but of living fully. The idea of a royal who dares to prioritize